on a game after you've had a disappointing week the prior game in there. However, I think to all Oregon University alums, friends, students, and I'm sure to the team, there's one game that they will be up for.
For the last football game held at home, the university had a very successful homecoming weekend. During that time, Miss Lee Blazing was crowned homecoming queen. The homecoming football game was very exciting, ending up in a 7-7 tie between the Oregon Ducks and the Washington State Cougars. The annual homecoming sign contest and float parade were two other events which turned out to be very successful. Next to be featured was the very active University Theater. One of the top productions to be presented was George Bernard Shaw's Man and Superman. Let's see if we can hear some of the audience reaction to the comedy. Ricky Tikki Tavi speaks.
Surely you do not misunderstand, Jack. And is showing you the kindest consideration, even at the risk of deceiving you. Would you like to feel a little petty, Jack?
Of course.
Well, then you've got to tell her what you just told me. And then after that, would you arrive just 2 minutes after I have received your letter and read it?
Well, where's the canoe?
Well, there's no particulars. Never mind him, and you were right, quite right. And was only doing her duty, Jack, and doing it in the kindest way, too.
How kind you are, baby. How well you understand.
Oh, you love her. You know that I... No one can believe you. And as your guardian, I can refuse to take you care of her. Now, I'm off for a run in my car.
Oh, no, Jack. I was speaking to you about Hilda.
Most of the students survived the fall term final examinations and were able to return to Oregon for winter term 1957. One of the integral parts of life at Oregon was the weekly Friday at 4 presentations held in the Student Union's fishbowl. One of the young ladies who appeared frequently was Hattie Eisenhart, who might very well remind you of June Christie. Several campus bands appeared occasionally to liven up the program, and also there were many novelty acts. One fellow who did a fine job of imitating the popular Harry Belafonte, Doug Woolsey. These personalities are featured next on our Snapshots in Sound.
Next time, I don't know who really does it, but I just Elvis Gerald made one recording of it. The name of it is You Never Know Something Like That. Never
After having recently completed a European concert tour, the famed jazz personality Louis Armstrong and his group gave an evening's performance in MacArthur Court. Here's a segment of that delightful evening spent with Satchmo.
And now let's turn over to the call.
An impressive occasion for the fathers of the University of Oregon students was the annual Dad's Weekend. Many activities took place during the weekend, including the barbershop quartet contest, which was won by the Delta Four. And so you've been listening to A Year in Sound, featuring events that took place on the University of Oregon campus during 1956 and 1957. These were snapshots in sound designed to bring back many memorable occasions from your years at Oregon. We now close with the University of Oregon Pledge Song.